This is Edwin Nduhura before he suffered vitiligo, and this is him today. Nduhura's condition, vitiligo, is an autoimmune disease where the body cells attack each other, resulting into the loss of skin color. But Nduhura did not grow up this way. His ordeal started with stress brought about by the COVID-19 outbreak after he lost his job.
This condition started in 2019, and it started with the small patches on the nose, and then they kept spreading, but I didn't know that it would spread a lot. So I went to the doctor, and the doctor says, this one could be ringworms or whatever. She gave me some cream to apply on it. But after that, I could not see any change. And it started now spreading the whole body.
He says none of his relatives suffers from the condition. Nduhura tried to find medication in vain.
I was perturbed because my skin, I never used to apply any jelly or what. I had very natural skin. So the doctor told me, you have to do some IV, there's some lighting they put, and then you try to recover the melanin. Because where you see these spots, is the melanin is lost. So I could not, I went there for I think sometime like a month, but it was expensive also, because going there, spent like I think between 5 to 10 million there in 1 month.
Nduhura later learned that his condition is lifelong and has no known cure.
Dr. Fauzia, and she told me, Edwin, this condition has no medicine. The best way, she counseled me, is just accept it and you will move on. The skin can come back or it may not come back, but she advised me to take a lot of vitamin C. And then she said, if you're taking any drug, please stop. To not, all the head actually was white.
Acceptance was a hard nut to crack, but when he got over it, he now has to deal with the societal biases.
I could not face people because of my condition. I could not meet anyone because I never wanted to meet anyone to ask me what happened to your skin. I never wanted those questions. But in the midst of her talking, she said, what triggers this is stress. Try to avoid stress. Like the national ID, I got it before I got the skin. So sometimes when you go to the bank or where they have to see, is it you? Until you explain to them or use a thumbprint.
And this is what gave birth to the Vitiligo Association of Uganda in 2015. The executive director, Eva Atukunda, says they want to create a safe environment for anyone affected by the autoimmune condition.
We want it to be gone and gone, but I know that even when it's gone, now it's going to come back. So we always have the drugs. But what I do, because I don't like public opinions a lot about my look, how I look. It's common in Uganda. When you move, especially downtown, you at least every 10 steps you take, you have someone recommending something, someone recommending a pasta, a witch doctor, like some herb, some stem cell, like different things. Everyone knows the cure for vitiligo. So there are always those many things that sometimes they can be tiring and emotionally draining. I mean, I would be very comfortable walking like, you know, with nothing on my face. But when you think about all the stress of people pulling you here and there, recommending this and this. So I use makeup.
The association has since conducted a survey to establish the kind of life people living with vitiligo are living.
We find someone only has to go to the garden up to maybe like 9. When the sun comes, they go back home. So that person's productivity is very low. So most of them are actually doing badly financially. And another thing is like children. When they go to school, they are bullied. When you get it when you're at school, especially, you're bullied. They call you names, very hurtful names. So you find most of the kids just hate going to school. So they end up dropping out of school, which is not good. Actually, there is what we do in those cases, we go to the schools and sensitize the school, their fellow pupils, so that when the child comes back to school, at least they are not isolated, stigmatized, and all that. Then another thing we're trying to find out is how much information do these people have, like the communities, how much information do they have about vitiligo? And people did not have any information about, like, they have the abalongo bakakosya information. There is no proper information about vitiligo. So it showed us that there is a big need to do serious awareness about vitiligo.
Whereas there is no clear treatment for the condition, healthcare professionals have modalities of managing it on a case-by-case basis. The African culture will still have so many things about the different conditions that we go through. So some will take concoctions, others will take, How far can one go with managing the disease or the condition?
If it is extrodemic, you usually advise patients, non-patients, because they are non-patients, because this is more of a cosmetic issue, to use sunscreen lotions, especially of SPF 50, to prevent direct exposure of that exposed skin to UVB rays that could cause mutations to bring about skin.
The only call from these people, the association of people living with vitiligo, just like those living with albinism, is to help them access sunscreen. And if the government really could intervene and make the sunscreen available in most of the health facilities, then that would enable them live a better life. My name is Walter Mwesija, and that's all we had for you tonight in Health Focus.